Yo, welcome back to the channel. I'm here to introduce you to a superhero team that not too many people really talk about, which I find strange because this comic has some weird parodies that I find absolutely hilarious. Meet the Inferior Five, a team of fools who stumble their way into victories. They're the children of the Freedom Brigade, Earth 12's best superhero team. Now let me give you a quick rundown of who these characters are and what they can do. First, we have the leader of the team, Myron Victor, aka Merryman. When he's not dressed up like a jester fighting crime, he usually works in a comic book store as a cartoonist. He's actually the only member on the team without powers, but he makes up for it with his wit. And he mainly uses karate, but it's never really effective due to the fact that he's extremely weak. He's also constantly frustrated as he's fully aware of his team's incompetence. Next we have Herman Kramer, aka the Blimp, the son of the Swift, and his mother isn't really talked about. But the Blimp is a hero with the power of flight. Sounds great, right? Well, wait until you hear his drawbacks. He's extremely slow, usually moving at a slow walking pace. His only way of moving is either getting one of his stronger teammates to pull him, or he just relies on the wind. He's an overweight man who runs a diner named after himself, being his best customer, eating up most of his profits.
Just not good for you.
And then there's Athena Tremont, aka Dumb Bunny. She's the daughter of Princess Power and Steve Trimmer. She's a very successful, highly paid fashion model who acts as the main muscle of the team, easily taking out villains without even meaning to. But without her, the team would essentially be useless, due to the fact that the only other member that can be actually kinda useful is... This is William King, aka Whitefeather, the team's coward. In his civilian life, he's a fashion and glamour photographer. This is perfect for him because it allows him to hide behind a lens. If he thinks anyone is looking at him, whether it's a supervillain, teammates, or even animals, he suffers from panic attacks, causing him to shake uncontrollably, rendering him useless. But don't underestimate this crack shot because when he's left alone to his own devices, he's able to pull off some of the most impossible trick shots ever, making him a prime asset to the team. Last but not least, we have Leonard Brent, aka Awkward Man, the son of Mr. Mite and Miss Mermaid. When he isn't stumbling his way through missions, he works as a freelance writer and a beachcomber. In order for this hero to survive on land, he has to keep himself moist, so occasionally he carries around a watering can to keep himself wet. He's the clumsiest member by far, often causing more harm than good. But his clumsiness does come in handy sometimes when it's not directed towards his teammates. Now that we got to know who these guys are, I want to talk about the blatant parodies in this comic. It's hilarious how they don't even try to hide it. They fought a Fantastic Four parody named the Kookie Quartet, including Mr. Man Plastic, the Vanishing Queen, the Matchstick Kid, and the giant rock monster literally named whatchamacallit. But it doesn't stop there. DC also introduced a group of rowdy, uncontrollable teens called the Eggsmen, led by a bald telepath named Dean Egghead. His students were one-to-one ripoffs of the original X-Men, including the Ape, Basilisk, Levitation Lass, and Winter Wonderland. And my personal favorites are the solo heroes who show up during a massive alien invasion storyline. You get to see the character Cobweb Kid, who is just literally a dumb version of Spider-Man, Man Mountain, who is a spoof of Giant Man, and Submoron, an amazing parody of Namor. And the best part of Submoron? Whenever he starts drying out on land, instead of needing ocean water to survive, he just gets incredibly drunk. In this one panel alone, you can spot several characters from your favorite comic books. I really tend to enjoy comics like these where you get to spot all the different characters you can recognize, or to see how a team of absolute rejects manage to stumble their way into victories. But to truly understand how garbage their Inferior Five are, you have to look at their parents, the Freedom Brigade. They were the ultimate golden age powerhouses. We are talking about a team so legendary, they quite literally eradicated all crime in Megapolis. Their heavy hitter, Mr. Mite, possessed full-blown Silver Age Superman strength, while the Patriot was busy unmasking Hitler's top super agents. They were so efficient that the local police department officially disbanded their mad scientist division because the brigade already put them behind bars, just to pass the torch down to a guy who flies at a brisk walking pace. But don't let their absolute lack of skill fool you. These guys actually have a win record. They just win through weaponized incompetence. During the massive invasion crossover event, the Inferior Five were tasked with defending their city from a highly advanced alien armada, and they actually won. Why? Because the aliens used advanced tactical computers to predict enemy movements. Since the Inferior Five have zero strategy and just stumble around tripping over garbage cans, the alien computers literally short-circuited trying to predict their stupidity. They are living proof that it's better to be lucky than good. Now you'd think a team this utterly ridiculous would just be a forgotten relic of the 1960s, right? Well, DC actually brought them back in 2019 during DC's Year of the Villain event. Legendary writer Jeff Lemire rebooted the Inferior Five, but he completely stripped away the slapstick comedy. Instead of a goofy superhero parody, the comic was turned into a dark, gritty, and incredibly weird mystery set in a small town in Arizona. The characters were entirely reimagined. Merryman, Dumb Bunny, Awkward Man, Whitefeather, and the Blimp are all suddenly wrapped up in secret government conspiracies, strange experiments, and alien invasions. They even have Peacemaker running around as a major character in the storyline trying to figure out what's going on with them. Seeing these characters go from brightly colored, bumbling jokes who trip over their own feet to existing in a moody, shadowy thriller is odd in its own right. It just goes to show how wild and versatile the DC continuity can really be. One decade you're a walking punchline, and the next, you're starring in a psychological mystery with Peacemaker. But at their core, the Inferior Five will always be remembered as the ultimate parody team. A group of absolute rejects who were intentionally made to be garbage, yet somehow they always stumbled their way into a win. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about this bizarre corner of DC history. If you want to see more videos about forgotten weird comic characters, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Peace out.